Welcome to Football Forecast 91. Starring Las Vegas handicapper Dennis Tobler. With Jeff Allen. The Professor Gordon Jones. And brought to you in part by Scorephone.
Well, hi, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Football Forecast 91, the show that each week right here on this station gives you the inside information and the insights you need to help better handicap college and professional games. Hi, I'm your host, Bob Elder. Well, it's finally over. The World Series is done. Our congratulations to not only Minnesota but to Atlanta for a great season. But now it's time to focus only on football, with one minor exception. We're going to talk a little bit of Breeders' Cup today, along with the gentleman that's my co-host each week, Dennis Tobler. Dennis, baseball over, time to concentrate.
Well, I'm glad baseball's over. I get a little bored with it by the end of the year, and NBA basketball starts this week, and that's where we really shine. All
right, so we got lots of things to talk about. Let's concentrate right now on your specialty, and that has to be college football. First out of the blocks, we got Florida coming to Auburn to play. Florida, a 10-point pick. Start us off. How do you see this one?
Well, normally Florida is sitting in a real fine spot in this situation coming into Auburn, and normally this would be a real big game for both teams as far as the Southeast Conference goes. But the troubles that Pat Dye has experienced at Auburn have made this a big problem for the Auburn team. They've been accused of all sorts of improprieties, and I think that has affected them. Last week they had 5 turnovers and were upset at home. This week they play the #1 team in the conference, Florida, and Florida beat them 48-7 last year. This line started at -8 here in Las Vegas, has moved up to 10 at the current time. It looks to me like this could be another Florida blowout, as Auburn just simply isn't thinking of football.
Why the big jump?
Well, I think everybody realizes that Pat Dye has all this on his head right now, and the team is very disrupted. And you could tell it last week. They had 5 turnovers, which is uncharacteristic of an Auburn team. And right now, all the odds makers, or excuse me, the handicappers here in Las Vegas feel that Auburn has just fell apart, and they may have.
All right, let's go to a Pac-10 matchup. #3 team in the nation, can't get to 2 or 1 yet. Maybe they will someday, is Washington, and they are going to host Arizona State. Washington, a 29-point pick. How do you see this one?
Well, Washington certainly is a good team this year, and I'd love to see a Florida State-Washington matchup. Washington's defense is playing very well right now. They limited their opponent last week to only 120 yards of total offense. Last year, they really stomped all over Arizona State, won 42-14, I believe. And this year, they go home to play. The point spread at 29 is the thing that we're concerned with, however. The line started at 26 here in Las Vegas and bumped all the way up to 29. I think it's just too big a movement, Bob. Don James does not like to run the score up on his Pac-10 opponents. Arizona State did get their quarterback Powers back last week. As a matter of fact, Arizona State was my Pac-10 game of the year against UCLA. Powers came back and threw it quite well for Arizona State, and I think they'll get some late touchdowns here and cover this 29. It's just too many points. Washington's an excellent team, but that's just too many points.
All right, talking about colleges. Now, you are an expert at it, and I watch a lot of the television shows, and you talk to a lot of handicappers, and they every week have this lock, that lock, 4 or 5 of them. But this week you have your one and only lock of the year. Tell us about it.
Well, that's right, Bob. We're not the kind of company that'll release 4 or 5 or 10 locks every week of the year. We have one college lock that goes every year, and this is a game that we're absolutely sure about the point spread on. This week, our college lock of the year goes, and there's only one way you can receive it. That's to call 1-900-454-6600 right now for that college lock of the year. Remember, this will be the only one you get from me and the TSI network. 1-900-454-6600.
We've got a college game left, a Pac-10 one. USC looking for some type of bowl recognition, but with a 3-4 record, they need this game. They're up at Cal. Cal, a 7-point pick. How do you see this one?
Well, this will be a tough one for USC. They had that big emotional loss to Notre Dame last week, but they may have gained some confidence because they played very well and surprised me in this one. Here again, I think the point spread's too high, Bob. Last year, these two teams tied at 31, so you know both teams will be able to score against each other. But 7 points for Cal to be favored over USC doesn't sound right to me. I think it's too many points. Here again, I'm going to take USC plus the 7.
And I think one of the factors could be Russell White's cousin, won the Heisman Trophy. Of course, Charles White, and he's a little upset. He wants a little revenge up there, Cal.
Well, that's for sure. And I think, like I said earlier, that USC gained a lot of confidence against Notre Dame. I think they feel like they're a better club now.
All righty. Dennis Tobler is going to be back, and we're going to have some more picks from Dennis. We got a Pro Game Plus. He's got an analysis of the Breeders' Cup, and you're not going to want to miss that. It's going to be exciting. We'll be back with Dennis Tobler and more Football Forecast 91 right after this. Stay with us, everyone.
Hi, sports fans. Need an edge? Bill Harley's Executive Picks has a college football special this weekend. 3 guaranteed winners. That's right. Call now for details. That's 1-900-773-1040. Remember, that's 1-900-773-1040. We won last week. We'll win again this week. We guarantee it. Call now, 1-900-773-1040. Just $10 a call. Just do it.
Hello, sports fans. My name's Dennis Tobler, and I've been beating the Las Vegas spread all year long, and my predictions on Football Forecast have made you a winner. This is my biggest week of the year as I'm releasing my one and only college lock this weekend. That's right. You won't see me releasing 4 or 5 locks every week. I have one this year, and it goes this weekend. You can receive it by calling 1-900-454-6600. Call now.
Hello again, football fans. I'm Dave Hammer of Dave Hammer's Hotline. Last week, I won my college game of the year, and my scouting and my information network is working so well that this week I'm going to release my college parlay of the year. Call 900-976-2800 for this big winner. You can't get it anywhere else. Call 900-976-2800. Only $10 a call. You be sure and call right now.
Hello, sports fans. My name's Dennis Tobler, and I've been beating the Las Vegas spread all year long, and my predictions on Football Forecast have made you a winner. This is my biggest week of the year as I'm releasing my one and only college lock this weekend. That's right. You won't see me releasing 4 or 5 locks every week. I have one this year, and it goes this weekend. You can receive it by calling 1-900-454-6600. Call now.
Welcome back to Football Forecast 91, everybody. Time now to talk with Dennis Tobler about 2 things. One, pro football, and we're going to have an analysis of the Breeders' Cup Classic. You're not going to want to miss that. Stay with us. It'll be coming up in just a couple of minutes. But right now, let's go to the pros. Great game every year. The Detroit-Chicago matchup is always a good one. This year, Chicago, a 6-point pick. Dennis, how do you see this one?
Well, this black and blue division games are always my favorite to watch. I think Detroit's going to have trouble winning on the road. They've proved that anywhere other than under their dome, they can't get the job done. The Bears line moved from 4.5 to 6 this week, largely on the strength of their win over New Orleans, which was a fine effort, I'll tell you. 2 reasons why. The Bears only had 36 yards passing in that game, and they held the Saints to under 100 yards rushing. So you combine those 2 factors and you come away with a win on the road. Tells you why Mike Ditka is one of the best coaches around. The Bears are on fire right now. They gained a ton of confidence last week. Look for them to go home and completely stuff the Lions. I should make another point of the fact that Rodney Pete's a little beat up. He may not play, but if he does, he's still going to be a little injured while he's doing so. I think the Bears are going to roll right past them. I'll take Chicago and lay the 6.
I think most people that I've talked to said that he may even be out for the year. That means the ball goes to Eric Kramer for Detroit, and I think that inexperience with him as opposed to, like you said, Ditka's experience really going to pay off.
Well, that's for sure, Bob. Anyone other than Rodney Pete playing quarterback for Detroit is going to have big problems in Chicago against Chicago's defense.
All right, let's talk about last week. You had your NFC Game of the Year, big winner as usual. This year you're going across to the AFC Game of the Year. Tell us about it.
Okay, Bob, that's right. Last week I advertised my Pac-10 Game of the Year and my NFC Game of the Year right here on national TV. Once again, I selected the winners versus the point spread in both of those games. This week I'm giving away absolutely free my AFC Game of the Year. That's right, my AFC Game of the Year goes this week. Easy blowout winner, this one. I'm going to release it absolutely free to everyone that calls 1-800-227-WINS right now. That's 1-800-227-WINS for my AFC Game of the Year.
Absolutely free. What a bargain.
Well, that's right, Bob. And the people that have called this year for these free games have won a ton of money. I can't remember a promotion I've lost.
Well, speaking of things you haven't lost, I've known you for several years, and each year the Breeders' Cup comes up, and you're an avid horse owner yourself. You've been following it for quite some time, and one of the big things this year is the Breeders' Cup Classic. You've got a great analysis of it for us.
Well, that's right, Bob. I'd like to make all the people out there aware of the fact that the Breeders' Cup horse races this weekend, it's like the World Series, the Super Bowl, or the NBA playoffs for the horse racing industry. This year, something new for all of us gambling fans, and that is the National Pick 7. All you have to do is check the racetrack in your local area, pick the 7 winners of the Breeders' Cup, and you'll be part of the biggest winning ticket there ever was in horse racing. This National Pick 7 pool may pay out $5 or $10 million to the winner or winners of this, and you can bet I'm going to have my $2 worth in there. Let's take a look at the Breeders' Cup Classic race for this segment of the show to get everybody's feet a little wet and show you I know a little bit about the horse racing game. In the Breeders' Cup Classic, we have a lot of speed. This race is 1.25 miles for older horses, and it's worth $3 million to the first 5 finishers. So it's the biggest horse race of the year, and all the top horses are in it. The speed horses like Marquetry and Farm Away will go out and set a blistering pace and set this one up for the closers. The closers here are Unbridled and Festin, and I look for those two to cross the wire 1-2. My Breeders' Cup winner for the Classic is Festin. And I want to remind everyone I'll have a complete analysis on my 900 number. 1-900-454-6600. I'll have exactas, I'll have all exotic wagers, and better yet, the winner for all 7 races of the Breeders' Cup. So if you want to get down on that pick 7, give my 900 number a call, 1-900-454-6600.
You and I were talking before about what your estimate is to the amount of money that might be involved with a pick 7 like that nationally.
I hate to really say anything over the air, Bob, but it will be in the hundreds of millions of dollars in the pool. And it will be the biggest payoff for an exotic wager ever in the history of horse racing. So it's everybody's chance to get down and maybe make some big money on this.
And as I said, you've been involved every year. You have horses yourself, so you really know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's right. We own a lot of horses. I own 15 of them racing across the country, so I'm aware of the horse racing scene.
All righty. Right now, how do you get scores? Here's how. Watch.
When you need the scores and only the scores, there's only one number to call, 1-900-420-2400. No commercials, no hype, no bogus claims, just the scores. 1-900-420-2400. Every game on the board, college and pro, updated every 5 minutes, 1-900-420-2400. Remember, for all the latest scores 24 hours a day, the one number you need to know is 1-900-420-2400.
Hello, sports fans. My name's Dennis Tobler, and I've been beating the Las Vegas spread all year long, and my predictions on Football Forecast have made you a winner. This is my biggest week of the year as I'm releasing my one and only college lock this weekend. That's right, you won't see me releasing 4 or 5 locks every week. I have one this year, and it goes this weekend. You can receive it by calling 1-900-454-6600. Call now.
Once again, if you get a chance, call Dennis for his college lock of the year. When we come back, Jeff Allen will join me. He's got some NFC West games plus his famous overs and unders. Stay with us.
Hi, I'm Las Vegas handicapper Jeff Allen, and my TV club continues to roll. We went 10-3 last week, and this week I have a TV underdog that's guaranteed to pull off the upset. You can receive my TV Shocker Game of the Year for only $10 at 1-900-903-2224. This is a major upset on national TV, and it's yours right now at 1-900-903-2224.
Hello, sports fans. My name's Dennis Tobler, and I've been beating the Las Vegas spread all year long, and my predictions on Football Forecast have made you a winner. This is my biggest week of the year as I'm releasing my one and only college lock this weekend. That's right, you won't see me releasing 4 or 5 locks every week. I have one this year, and it goes this weekend. You can receive it by calling 1-900-454-6600. Call now.
Hello again, football fans. I'm Dave Hammer of Dave Hammer's Hotline. Last week, I won my college game of the year, and my scouting and my information network is working so well that this week I'm going to release my college parlay of the year. Call 900-976-2800 for this big winner. You can't get it anywhere else. Call 900 976-2800. Only $10 a call. You be sure and call right now.
Hi, I'm Las Vegas handicapper Jeff Allen, and my 800 service is on fire. 8 straight winning weeks, and this week is double strong. I have confirmed inside information on a college revenge winner and a super NFL revenge lock. Get both guaranteed winners and your first weekend absolutely free. Call 1-800-638-3411. 2 huge revenge locks and your first weekend absolutely free. Call right now.
We're back with Las Vegas handicapper Jeff Allen. And Jeff, another winning week on your 800 service. Your 900 did great. What do you have on tap for us this week?
Well, that's right. We did it again last week. We had an average Saturday, and as usual, we crushed the books on Sunday, going 7-2. But the key was our 100-star super lock on the Atlanta Falcons over the L.A. Rams. It was 31-0 before Glanville called off the Dogs and let the Rams get a couple of fourth-quarter scores, which leads us to a very important factor in handicapping, coaching. How many times have you looked at a game and considered the coaching as a factor? Probably not many. Let me give you some examples from last week where coaching had a big effect on the outcome of the game. Chicago at New Orleans, Ditka versus Mora. The Saints had revenge, the home crowd, Morton Anderson, and a monster defense. The Bears were stopping the run completely, but in the fourth quarter, when New Orleans needed critical yards, Mora still tried to run, and it cost him the game. Bottom line, if Mora was more aggressive, the Saints would have won and covered. Next, Washington at New York, Gibbs versus Hanley. The Giants built a 13-0 lead at halftime, then the coaching became a factor. Gibbs, an obviously great motivator, turned his team around. They rallied to take a 1-point lead, then drove for a late field goal. I told you last week the Giants have been outscored in the second half of every game but one this year, and Hanley failed again to get his team motivated in the second half. If you would like more information on all the NFL coaches, call my Vegas office right now. If you call today, you can receive your first week of winning selections absolutely free.
All right, some valuable information on coaching as part of your handicapping. Now let's get to some winners. A lot of people out there waiting. Let's start with a big game, and that is San Francisco traveling to Atlanta. 49ers are a 5-point pick. Jeff Allen, how do you see this one?
These two teams met 3 weeks ago in San Francisco, and surprisingly, it was the Falcons who jumped on top and caught the 49ers flat. Steve Young was forced to play catch-up and threw 3 interceptions. The Falcons won the game, and Tim McKyer taunted the 49ers. Now it's payback time. The 49ers woke up after that game and crushed the Lions. They went into Philadelphia and steamrolled the Eagles. And the last 2 weeks, the 49ers have run the ball 94 times for 370 yards, led by Keith Henderson, who is emerging as their top running back. Steve Young is the NFC's top-rated passer, completing over 65%. With 13 touchdowns. So let's set the tone for this game. We have a major revenge situation, fueled even more by an Atlanta player making rude comments. The 49ers are a premier NFL club with a strong road record, coming in with a hot rushing attack versus Atlanta's run defense ranked 26th. The 49ers get revenge and win it by 13.
Now, last week, I overheard you on the set talking about the NFC West. You had some great comments. Why don't you share those with our viewers?
Okay, well, let me go on record right now. New Orleans is 7-1. Frisco is 4-4. The Saints will not win the NFC West. Injuries are setting in, and the coach is weak. The 49ers will rise up to the challenge, and they will win the division. They will start by tomahawk chopping the Atlanta Falcons this week. Once again, the 49ers get their revenge, lay the 5 points.
All right, the 49ers get revenge. And speaking of revenge, you have 2 revenge games coming up this week. Tell us about those.
That's right. My 800 service is on fire. We've won over 80% this season, and my scouts have confirmed a college lock for Saturday and a super pro lock for Sunday. Both games are revenge winners, and you can bury your man this week with these 2 guaranteed lock games, and your first week on my 800 service is absolutely free. Call 1-800-638-3411. It's all free, but you must call right now.
All right, sweet revenge for Jeff Allen Sports. Let's go back to the NFC West. Another big game. The New Orleans Saints come out to Los Angeles, to Anaheim, to play the Rams. How do you see this one?
Well, if the 49ers are going to win the division, then it would help if the Rams took care of the Saints this week. New Orleans is all nicked up with injuries. Hayward is not 100%. Tice is still hurting. Bobby Hebert has a slight shoulder separation, and linebacker Vaughn Johnson is out. They had a very physical game against the Bears last week, and they have the 49ers on deck next week. In the first half of the season, the Rams had all kinds of injuries on the offensive line. They were shuffling players all over the place. They finally have everybody set now. Everett had 2 big games, then he crashed last week. I expect him to come back big this Sunday. A key factor here, running back Marcus Dupree is back, and that will give Robinson some greatly needed power. They will establish the run, and Everett will have time to throw. I also want to add that my numbers make the line on this game 1. The odds maker has posted an overinflated line. I'm going with the Los Angeles Rams plus the 4 points.
Looks like you're going with another revenge game.
That's right. In week number 3, the Saints destroyed the Rams 24-7 at home. The Rams' offensive line was in really bad shape. Now they've got their line set. Big revenge spot here. Once again, the Saints are beat up coming off the Bears game, and the Rams will cover the 4 points and hopefully pull off the upset.
Okay, 49ers and Rams for Jeff Allen. When we come back, we're going to have more picks from Jeff Allen. Of course, we have the big ESPN Game of the Week. That started last week. Good games. And, of course, we'll have Jeff's famous overs and unders. That and more when we return with Football Forecast 91.
Hi, I'm Las Vegas handicapper Jeff Allen, and my 800 service is on fire. 8 straight winning weeks, and this week is double strong. I have confirmed inside information on a college revenge winner and a super NFL revenge lock. Get both guaranteed winners and your first weekend absolutely free. Call 1-800-638-3411. 2 huge revenge locks and your first weekend absolutely free. Call right now.
Hello, sports fans. My name's Dennis Tobler, and I've been beating the Las Vegas spread all year long, and my predictions on Football Forecast have made you a winner. This is my biggest week of the year as I'm releasing my one and only college lock this weekend. That's right. You won't see me releasing 4 or 5 locks every week. I have one this year, and it goes this weekend. You can receive it by calling 1-900-454-6600. Call now.
Hello again, football fans. I'm Dave Hammer of Dave Hammer's Hotline. Last week, I won my college game of the year, and my scouting and my information network is working so well that this week I'm going to release my college parlay of the year. Call 900-976-2800 for this big winner. You can't get it anywhere else. Call 900-976-2800. Only $10 a call. You be sure and call right now.
Hello, sports fans. Need an edge? Need a winner? Sure you do. Bill Harley's Executive Picks. Las Vegas' finest handicapper will give you his 20 Star College Football Pick of the Weeks. Call now, 1-800-568-9192. He'll give them to you absolutely free. Call now, 1-800-568-9192. We had winners last week. We'll have them again this week. Absolutely free. 1-800-568-9192. Just do it.
We're back with Las Vegas handicapper Jeff Allen. And Jeff, last week you started with a win with the Redskins. You're 7-2 on your TV games. This week, let's go to Mile High Stadium for the big game. And it's going to be the Broncos hosting the Steelers. Broncos a 6.5-point pick. How do you see this one?
Well, as long as we're in the revenge mode, we might as well stay with it. Last year, Pittsburgh came in here and not only won big, they completely beat up the Broncos, injuring 7 players. Both teams have reversed roles this season. The Steelers, a playoff contender last year, are really struggling. Their rushing game is now ranked 19th. And make a note, the Steelers have scored only 7 points the last 4 weeks in the first half. Also, the Steel Curtain defense is more like a shower curtain. They're ranked 17th versus the run and the pass. And on the other side, the Broncos are 4-0 straight up and 3-0-1 against the spread at home. The running back situation is still a little shaky, but Gaston Green will be back this week, and rookie Greg Lewis is looking good, and Bobby Humphrey should get more carries. John Elway is returning back to his 86-87 form, and he's the 3rd-ranked quarterback in the AFC, and he's highly motivated since he's calling the plays. Another big improvement is the Broncos defense. Ranked at the bottom last year, they've already moved up to the middle, and the key is quarterback pressure, where they're ranked 6th overall. I look for Denver to get the early lead, then bring the heat on Brister or O'Donnell, it doesn't matter. I like the Broncos to win it by 17.
Okay, it sounds like another big TV winner. Now tell us about your big TV shocker of the year.
Well, there's no doubt my TV club is the hottest 900 number in the country. Through 9 weeks, we're hitting over 80%, and this week I have the biggest upset of the season, my TV shocker game of the year. I promise you this underdog will win straight up by 2 touchdowns, so call today, 1-900-903-2224. For only $10, get my shocker game of the year. And now for my goal club. We went 4-1 last week, but we lost the big one with Texas A&M. They had a 21-point lead, then failed to cover. That was the right side, but because we didn't win it, I'll give you 2 best bets this week for the price of 1. I want to make it up to you, so call 1-900-820-4124 and get 2 of Jeff Allen's best bets for the price of 1. Call right now.
Okay, my favorite part of the show, where you give us the overs and unders. Give us 3 more winners.
Okay, Houston at Washington, big line here of 45. No question, both quarterbacks will air it out. Both teams are averaging 30 points per game, and they'll force each other to keep pace. I like this one over 45. New England at Buffalo. The line is 43. Buffalo has now gone over in all 5 home games this year, and with a week off to prepare, the hurry-up should score 40. I like this one also to go over. Finally, New Orleans at Los Angeles. The total is 34.5. But more importantly, I'm doing a reverse here. New Orleans gave up 20 to the Bears last week. The Rams will score at least 20 this week. I like this one over. And don't forget, write my number down, 1-800-638-3411. My college revenge lot goes Saturday. My super NFL revenge lot goes on Sunday. Get both double revenge locks and your first weekend free. Call 1-800-638-3411 and call right now.
Sounds like a revenge week. Jeff, we'll see you next week. All right, when we come back, I'll have some more information for you. Plus, we're going to wrap everything up here at Football Forecast 91. Stay with us, everyone.
When you need the scores and only the scores, there's only one number to call, 1-900-420-2400. No commercials, no hype, no bogus claims, just the scores. 1-900-420-2400. Every game on the board, college and pro, updated every 5 minutes, 1-900-420-2400. Remember, for all the latest scores 24 hours a day, the one number you need to know is 1-900-420-2400.
Hello again, football fans. I'm Dave Hammer of Dave Hammer's Hotline. Last week, I won my college game of the year, and my scouting and my information network is working so well that this week I'm going to release my college parlay of the year. Call 900-976-2800 for this big winner. You can't get it anywhere else. Call 900-976-2800. Only $10 a call. You be sure and call right now.
Well, that's our show for today. Don't forget the big Breeders' Cup Classic and all the football. We'll see you next week, everyone, on Football Forecast 91.